So at the very end of The Spy Who Shagged Me, the Austin Powers movie, and don't you love Austin Powers movies? I mean, is there anything more brilliant, really? Seriously, I mean that in all sincerity. I watched Austin Powers last night after the video of The Spy Who Shagged Me. Just hilarious. And at the very end, I think her name was Felicity Shagwell, okay? Agent Shagwell. And what she said at the end of the movie to Austin Powers, and in the movie, all he was doing was looking for his mojo, right? He had lost his mojo. And at the very end of the movie, Felicity said to Austin Powers, you know what? Your mojo was there all along. You've never lost your mojo. She said, you've defeated Dr. Evil. You've saved the world. You have the girl. Your mojo was there all along. And it got me to thinking about that concept of your mojo was there all along. You know, so many of us go through looking to replace something or trying to fill a void, or, you know, we're looking for that mojo that was there yesteryear, when in fact the mojo is still there. You know, and if I may connect this to the network marketing direct selling space, and there's two other things I've learned, okay? There are three things I've learned from Austin Powers, from The Spy Who Shagged Me. The first one is that the mojo was there all along. And here's where this came up, okay? This afternoon, I was spending some time when I was in the middle of my day, floating around in the backyard swimming pool. And look at all this, look at the sun, man. I mean, I'm gonna have to, you know, hurry up, winter, so I don't feel so inclined to be in the swimming pool every single day. But today I was out in the swimming pool with my friend Joy, and we were paddling around and floating around, and we got to talking about what's going on right now in our business world. You know, things are really, really beginning to ramp up. Things are really taking off. I've got a new project I'm working on. I'm using some new technologies. You know, as a matter of fact, today what I did is I delivered 5,300 voicemails into people's cell phones, inviting them to come into my sales funnel, right? Inviting them to come through the funnel. And that was, I'm testing this. It only cost me 3.5 cents to leave one message in somebody's cell phone. Perfectly legal. People listen to the messages when they want to. I'll fill you in on the details there, right? But what I want to talk to you about, really, about this idea of the mojo was there all along. So today we were talking about, you know, what it's like to be involved in something that's so exciting and is like a top tier, kind of a big serious money deal. Like, you know, do you know what it's like to make 10,000 bucks in a week? That's the kind of money we're talking about here. And for so many years, I was in the rhythm of that kind of a business, right? I spent years and years and years making that kind of money routinely. 10,000 bucks a week was average. It was actually below average at one point. And I share this with you because, you know, the mojo was always there. You know, what you think about is what you bring about. You think big, you play big, you expect big. Okay, when I'm sending out, you know, tens of thousands of voicemail drops, I'm only looking for less than 1%. I don't want to wade through a bunch of people who are really not thinking or seeing that what I see. And the funnel that I use is designed to really focus in. So I'm communicating and connecting with people who see what I see, and they're willing to work the way that I work. But back to my point, right? So we were talking about this today, and there was a time, just, you know, if you've seen some of my webinars, I talk about the things that I'd gone through in the roller coaster, and, you know, going from living in a mansion to living on an air mattress all within about 18 months. And this was just recently, okay? This was in the last 5 years. And Joy asked me today, she goes, you know, what happened? You know, there was a point in time when I found myself like depressed, right? I really was depressed. I really didn't feel like it. I knew that I can half-ass it. I knew that I can just get by. I knew that if I just applied just a little bit of my efforts, I would be able to get just enough to eke out a living. And, you know, that was a trap. That was a trap. And she asked me, she goes, well, what happened, you know, to get you so inspired? And, you know, she sees me always involved, shooting video, doing webinars, doing Google Hangouts, doing radio shows, twice a day, right? Bringing people into the environment. And I started thinking, I said, well, you know what? The mojo was there all along. It never left. I just found myself in a depressed state. And it had to do with, you know, the things I was thinking about, and it was, you know, the environment I was in and the story that I was telling myself. The mojo was there the whole time. Now, if you feel like you've lost your mojo, because you have it, it's still there. And I invite you to just stay tuned in, right? Stay tuned in. I'm available on the radio a couple times a day. I'm doing webinars right now 2-3 times a week, and I'm sharing with people an opportunity. We're growing something magnificent, and you have the mojo. If you want to play big, if you see yourself making some serious money, and I say this with all due respect, but if you see yourself in that serious, $10,000 a week is really, it's only $500,000 a year. And I know that for some of you, that might sound like, what are you talking about? Okay, then how about $10,000 a month? That's really middle class, upper middle class. But my point is that you can have whatever it is that you want to have. All you've got to do is be willing to see it first and then go get it. And surround yourself with good people. Surround yourself with people who will support that effort in you, right? Support that vision that you have. And then support you, because it's going to be tough. It's going to be difficult. If you want to play that big, it's going to be a challenge. And you're going to have to be creative. And you're going to have to come up with resources. But the paydays are huge, and they're very, very satisfying. So what I learned last night, three things, is the mojo was here all along. The other thing I learned is the 60s must come back, please. Please. The 60s was so cool. Don't you love the Austin Powers movies? And finally, Mini-Me can really, really dance. Man, that Mini-Me can dance, right? So that's my bit for today. You'll see this on Because Mindset Matters. I'll be posting this up. Right now, I'm looking at the clock right there on my computer, and it is 7:51 out here on the West Coast. So that's coming up on 11 o'clock at night on the East Coast. I'll get this thing up before midnight, because I said I would do 100 videos in 100 days, and today is I'm almost smack dab in the middle of that effort. So thank you guys for checking me out today, and remember that the mojo was there all along. This is Joe, speaking of mojo, and you are visiting me right now on probably at Joseph Richard on Facebook, or perhaps Because Mindset Matters. If you'd like more information about what I'm doing, maybe participate, maybe get your mind big, get your paychecks even bigger, then you can always send me an email at joe@joetalkradio.com if you would like more. I'm out for now. See you soon. And I'll talk more about what I'm thinking right now tomorrow. So got to roll. Talk to you tomorrow.